I'm Jess from Studio Ballet Evolution. As you can see, I have pointe shoes with me today. So I thought this would be a great way to kick off our series, like our videos on point classes and point work. So I'm going to teach you how I tie my pointe shoes. It is very different. I don't know where I learned to do this. I went to several different schools just to give you a little bit of an idea of where I train. So I started off in Ottawa at Legacy Ballet. It was like a non-professional school. I came to Montreal to go to l'École supérieure de danse de Québec. In between that, I did attend the Royal Winnipeg Ballet School summer school. And while I was at l'École supérieure de danse de Québec, I met one of my teachers was Russian. She taught us variations, and she asked myself and another student if we would be interested in training privately with her and auditioning to go to the Vaganova Academy. So of course I jumped at that opportunity and I started training with her for 2 years, and then I auditioned for the Vaganova Academy and finished my schooling there. I also attended the Kirov Academy summer school, so I don't know where I learned how to tie my pointe shoes this way, but I really like it because I find it supports the ankle better, and it also is really tidy. So when you're performing, you don't have the knot showing, and it's also not rubbing on your Achilles. So let's go ahead. So what you're gonna notice right away is that one of my ribbons is much longer than the other. So the outside ribbon is shorter. It's almost not half, but it's a lot shorter than the outside one. So what I do is when I take my pointe shoe ribbons, I cut them in half, and then I will take that one half and cut one shorter than the other. So you want to make sure you can wrap it around at least, like you want to wrap it once from the outside. So make sure you don't cut it too short. So I'm taking the outside one, this is my right foot, and I'm wrapping it around my ankle, and then do you see how I'm putting it under? I'm sliding it underneath the ribbon so it's in really nice and clean and just the way it should be. From here, I'm lifting up. What I like about this is it actually supports the arch a little bit, and it lifts, so it's like preventing a little bit of pronation there. So we're gonna wrap this one twice. So this one goes around once, twice, and then do you see how now I'm tying it underneath? What often happens is people end up tying it like in the back here or on the top, and it really shows. So this way, you have like a little space where your ankle bone and before your Achilles, there's like a little indentation. That's where the ribbon sits, like the knot. So that way it's not aggravating anything, and it looks really tidy. So as you can see, it just fits in there and you really can't see it. It's just there, right? So I love to tie my shoes this way. Let's do the other foot. So remember, the short ribbon is the outside, not the inside. So once again, left leg, short ribbon, and you start with the outside. So I'm going around and then under, and it's just passing where my ankle bone is, right? I hope you guys can see that clearly, right? So I know my ribbons are a little pale, so you may not be able to see it super well. Now I'm wrapping around the right one, which is helping a little with that gentle lifting of the arch. I go around twice. I love the elasticy ribbons. I find that it just is much nicer than the ones that don't have any give. So there we go. And then you just tuck it inside like that. So as you can see, you don't see the ribbons, and it's very comfortable. So that's just a little tip on how I tie my pointe shoes. So I thought it would be fun to show you some of my souvenirs and memories from my time at the Vaganova Academy. I kept these pointe shoes. I've had them for over 25 years. You'll see that they're different. They're very hard. And there's no like brand name on them or anything. They were made, there is like a name on there. You can see, to be honest, I'm not sure if that's the person that made them, but with the school, we would go to the Mariinsky Theater, and there was this room that had a table and it had hundreds and hundreds of pointe shoes on it, and we were allowed to just go through them and find our size. And if my memory is correct, I think they were about $5. So as you can see, really inexpensive. So that's what I wore. When I was there, I would just wear these pointe shoes. What was interesting too is we didn't wear canvas shoes. We wore pointe shoes that were turned into soft shoes. So it was quite a process. We would take the pointe shoe, you would soak it, and then you would take out, you'd cut inside, and you'd take out all the paper mache. So there would be no paper mache left, and then you'd rip out the shank. If you wanted, you could put like glue, like a piece of material on top. Otherwise, it wasn't super comfortable because you had like that kind of raw edge inside from where the shank was. We take out the nails, right? You wouldn't want to have a nail in your foot, and we use that for soft shoes. So what was interesting about that is it really works your feet more. It definitely was harder to point, so you really, I felt it made your feet stronger having that kind of satiny pointe shoe turned into a soft shoe. So that is super interesting. Moving on. So I have quite a few things with me here. So I thought I would share with you my diploma, one of my prized possessions. So as you can see, it has both English and Russian. So there's the English with my name, and then on the other side is Russian. So that is something I keep very close to my heart. Another thing that was very interesting is we had this little red, almost like a little passport. You can see it. You can see how young I was. I was there, like I said, 96 to 98, so a long time ago. And this gave us access to go to any museum, any art gallery, any ballet performance. It was all free. So that was absolutely amazing. I spent every Sunday was our day off at L'Ermitage, and I think in 2 years I still didn't have a chance to see all of the artwork, but it was just incredible. So I thought that was just amazing that we had access to all of that, and it's so good because it just inspires you and motivates you to learn more and to be a better artist, having all of that access to such incredible art. Another thing that was amazing was the fact that we were able to go to the Mariinsky Theater whenever we wanted, again for free. We would just show our little red passport. We would have to be up at the very top, like the very highest part of the theater where the seats were, and we would stand, but we would go, I would try to go at least 3 times a week. When I was there, Lopatkina was dancing, Zaharova was dancing, so it was just so inspiring to see the most incredible artists on a weekly basis. It was just unbelievable. I have here, I kept one of the programs. Actually, I have a few. This is one where Lopatkina danced Swan Lake. So I don't know if you could see it, but at the top there is her name. Unbelievable. Just memories things that I'll never ever forget. I think even though I had a dance career and I am performing, I think that was really the highlight, was being at the school and being surrounded by such incredible dancers. This was our graduating performance. So I was very fortunate. I had 2 very amazing teachers. The first year I was at the school, I had Dudinskaya. So I was put in level 8, the top grade at the time, for 2 years. So I repeated the same level. So the first year I was with Dudinskaya, and she actually became my coach for the Kafilya Padadir I performed the year after. So she was a real mentor to me and so kind. And you can see that was the graduating performance. My name is here somewhere. There we go. There's my name there. So that was when we performed the Bayadir. And we were so fortunate at the school, we would get to perform on the Mariinsky stage. So we performed Nutcracker, Fairy Doll, and then the graduating performance as well. The second teacher I had was Kakorina, and that's the one I graduated with, and I have a few pictures of me when I was much younger. Now I'm 45, a little bit older than back then. So it was an absolutely incredible, life-changing experience. And I'm so happy to be able to share that with you. So thank you so much for being with me and for being part of my ballet journey.